Hello and welcome to Learn Tagalog Lesson 4-3. My name is Alan, and this is a continuation of Lesson 4, a series of videos in Lesson 4. Alright, now I apologize for the long delay between 4-2 and 4-3. I moved to the Philippines in April of this year, 2014, and I'm very excited. I've been very busy trying to get squared away here, and I'm ready to go now. I got people that will be helping me next month with my courses, and I think things will get rolling here. So with this lesson 4-3, as I said, it's a continuation of what we've been looking at. Basically, lesson 4 covers getting directions when you're in the Philippines, okay, or talking to a Tagalog speaker. Being new here, I've been doing this a lot. I would ask people, how do you get to the mall from here? How do you how can I go to the market? How can I where can I find a bakery? Whatever I need to find, okay? And I've lived in 2 different places since I arrived here, so I've been going through those series of questions a number of times. Alright? So let's get into it. Let's find out what this is about. Listen to the following question.
Paano po ba ang pagpunta sa US Embassy?
Alright, and again.
Paano po ba ang pagpunta sa US Embassy?
Alright. Now, I want you to listen carefully to the way she says the ba-ang part. Okay? Listen again and watch for that. Paano po bang pagpunta? Okay? Listen.
Paano po ba ang pagpunta sa US Embassy?
And one more time.
Paano po ba ang pagpunta sa US Embassy?
Alright, basically, the ba-ang is combined into bang. It's like even things we do in English a lot. We combine words, okay, when we're speaking quickly. So, just wanted to point that out. I'm going to listen to it one more time.
Paano po ba ang pagpunta sa US Embassy?
Alright. Now, listen to the following.
Ang pagpunta. Ang pagpunta.
Ang pagpunta. Ang pagpunta. What is that? We're going to find out. But before we do that, now that you've heard the sentence a number of times, go ahead and try to say it yourself. Read what you see on the screen there and try to say it. Okay? Paano po bang pagpunta sa US Embassy? Here's the word for how. Paano. Paano. Paano means how. Say how. Paano. Paano. Good. Now, paano means how, but there's other words that are similar to it, okay? One of them is gaano. It sounds like paano, but it's gaano. Starts with a G, okay? And it means like how much in terms of quantity of something, okay? Like gaano kalayo. We're going to learn about that later in lesson 4, one of the other videos. Gaano kalayo means how far. Okay, if you're asking directions, you might want to know, like, okay, that's how you get there, but how far is that? You know, can I walk there? So gaano. But for now, we're going to concentrate on paano, the how, not the quantity part. That's going to come up later in this series. All right. So I do want to mention before I go on, there is another one that is like how much, but it's for money. Like how much does something cost? Okay, magkano ito? Magkano ito? When I go to the Palengke, to the market, I'll ask, you know, I'll point to something and say, magkano ito? Magkano yan? How much is that? Magkano ito? How much is this? Like that, okay? So, magkano. But we're looking at paano. Alright, let's look at that US Embassy question again.
Paano po ba ang pagpunta sa US Embassy? Paano po ba ang pagpunta sa US Embassy?
Pagpunta. I made it red there because that's what we're going to talk about now. I want to look at that word pagpunta and find out what it's about. The word pagpunta uses the prefix pag. Okay, now pag has different meanings in Tagalog. In this case, it's being used to refer to the punta, which is go. Okay, the root word punta is go, and it's talking about the act of going. The act of going. Let's look into that a little bit further. The act of a verb. Now, pag can also be used for like the word when. All right, very similar to the word when. We're not talking about that here. We're talking about the act of a verb. Now, if you look at this on the screen there, I have swimming as a verb. I am swimming. I am swimming. I'm actually doing the action. Okay, swimming. It's a verb. But look at the next sentence there. It says, swimming is fun. Swimming is fun. Now, we're not actually talking about doing the action. It's just saying swimming is fun. We're talking about that action, that act. Okay, the act of swimming is fun, right? The act of swimming is fun. Well, that's really what pag is doing for us in our sentence. Pagpunta means the act of going. The act of going. All right? Let's say ang act of going. Now that might sound a little weird there, but try to figure that out. Ang, you're going to start with ang and then throw in that pagpunta. Try it.
Ang pagpunta. Ang pagpunta. Ang pagpunta.
Ang pagpunta. Ang pagpunta. All right? Got it? Now, I want to just again mention the idea of pag being used as the act of something. The act of something. All right? The act of swimming, for example. Now, let's say how the act of going. How? We know that word, right? It's paano. And instead of the word the, we're going to use ang. Pagpunta. Pagpunta. But since we're asking a question, let's throw in a ba after paano. Think about it. Paano ba ang pagpunta? Try it. Paano ba ang pagpunta? Paano ba ang pagpunta? Now add the respect marker po after paano. Paano po ba ang pagpunta? Paano po ba ang pagpunta? I noticed I forgot the ba in there. Sorry about that. Paano po ba ang pagpunta? All right. Now, many times in these videos, I'll say things like listen and repeat. I want to switch over to saying that in Tagalog instead. Okay? Pakinggan at ulitin. Pakinggan at ulitin. That means listen and repeat. Pakinggan, I noticed the an at the end there. That's it gives a, that's called an object focus. I try not to get too much into the grammar here, but I'm basically saying for you to speak. Okay? Pakinggan. Pakinggan. Listen. And then at. We know that word. That's and. At. Ulitin. Ulit. Ulit means repeat. Ulitin. You repeat. Okay? Pakinggan at ulitin. Listen and repeat. Pakinggan at ulitin. So, go ahead and pakinggan at ulitin. Paano po bang pagpunta sa bus terminal? Paano po bang pagpunta sa bus terminal? Do you remember the word for in, at, to, on? It's a little word that means a lot of different things. Kind of in terms of direction. Right. Sa. Sa. The word sa. It's in our sentence, right? Sa. It means lots of things. In, at, to, on, from. Alright? Alright, so let's say how the going to. Make sure you put po after how. Try it. Alright, paano po ba ang pagpunta sa? Paano po bang pagpunta sa? And I want to mention that hammer that in your head. You know, practice that a lot. Walk around saying it to yourself. You know, it's get used to it. When you think of a place you want to go, when you get here to the Philippines, or if you're already here, and practice saying that phrase. That's a very important thing to know. All right, if you need to get somewhere and you want to go up to and ask somebody a question, hey, how do I go to wherever? There it is. The sa, and then you fill in whatever you're looking for. You can put it in English. They'll understand what you're talking about most of the time. Okay? So let's take a look at the bus terminal. This one's kind of just a joke here. The phrase for bus terminal is pakinggan at ulitin. Bus terminal. Hey, bus terminal. Okay, that's an easy one, right? Now, I want to mention that there's a lot of English here. All right? Many signs are in English. English is the second national language, okay? Filipino being the first. Now, Filipino is a lot like Tagalog. It's based off of a Tagalog. It has a lot of loan words from the many other languages spoken here in the Philippines, Cebuano being one of the big ones, okay? And Ilocano, Kapampangan, maraming languages, many languages, okay? But look at that sign. That's right there in Mabalacat. I live in Mabalacat City. And there's the bus terminal. Bus terminal. It says bus terminal. Now, you could say something like station ng bus. Okay? That's an older way of saying it. You won't see that anywhere. They'll say bus terminal. I was talking to my friends about it, and they said, oh yeah, don't use the station ng bus. Now, on my website, I still have the older way of saying it. I learned to say, I think it was through Rosetta Stone, I learned to say bus. Bus. Okay? I never hear anybody say bus for bus. They just say bus. Okay? Bus terminal. So keep that in mind. So in other words, instead of in station ng bus, we're going to say bus terminal. Bus terminal. All right? So, how do you go to the bus terminal? Try to say that. Pakinggan at ulitin. Paano po ba ang pagpunta sa bus terminal? Paano po ba ang pagpunta sa bus terminal? Paano po ba ang pagpunta sa bus terminal? Okay? Alright, well, let's go some places. How about Pagsahan Falls? Pagsahan Falls is one of the most famous waterfalls in the Philippines. Very beautiful place. Located in the province of Laguna. If you ever get to go there, I suggest you try to get a peek at this Pagsahan Falls. Okay, the falls is one of the major tourist attractions of the region. And let's look at a picture of it. Now there's the bottom half of it. It's actually very tall. It's like a cascading falls. Okay, very beautiful. It's very natural there. Very beautiful place. Pagsahan Falls in Laguna province. Okay, now I want to go there, but I'm not sure. Maybe I'm in Manila, or I finally got to Laguna province, and I want to know, how do I go to Pagsahan Falls? Try to say it. Try to ask that question. Paano po bang pagpunta sa Pagsahan Falls?
Paano po ba ang pagpunta sa Pagsanhan Falls? Paano po ba ang pagpunta sa Pagsanhan Falls?
All right. Here's the word for market. Pakinggan at ulitin. Palengke. Palengke. Say market. Palengke. Palengke. Now, Palengke is a great place to go. It's the market. It's so lively. It's so fun. I just love going to the market. There's people selling and buying and dealing and so forth, and there's so much fruit, so much vegetables, gulay, frutas, marami. Okay, it's a blast, and very high energy place. So Palengke. Now, some people will actually say market. Some will say Palengke. When I'm on the Jeep, riding on the jeepney, and I'll hear somebody say bayad po. They're making their payment. Bayad means payment. Bayad po, and you pass your money up to the driver, and they'll say sa palengke po. You know, where they're going, sa palengke, so the driver knows how much to charge them, how far they're going. Okay, so palengke. Now, you'll hear market or Palengke. Look on the left there. There's a picture there of Pasig City, mega market. It says right on their sign, market. Pasig City, that's right next to Manila. That's right in the national capital region. Tagalog is spoken there like crazy. Market, okay? But look to the right, that second picture made it a little bit bigger so you can catch that word at the end. What's it say? Palengke. Palengke. It's the market. All right? Both of them are markets. All right. Now try to say, how can I go to the market? Use the word palengke. Paano po bang pagpunta sa palengke? Paano po bang pagpunta sa palengke? All right. What is the word for market? Palengke. Palengke. Good. All right. Well, let's say Ben's your friend, and you want to ask Ben how to go to the market. Now, because he's your friend, you don't really have to use the word po, right? So let's say it without po in there, and say start out with Ben, then your question. Ben, paano bang pagpunta sa palengke? Ben, paano bang pagpunta sa palengke? Here's how to say, I don't know. Pakinggan at ulitin. Hindi ko alam. Hindi ko alam. Now the way I think of that is, hindi being the word no, it also means not. And ko is my. But I think it sounds weird to say not my, no. Okay? So I say not by me, no. I don't know. Okay? Hindi ko alam. Alam is know or have knowledge of. Okay? Hindi ko alam. Not by me, no. Hindi ko alam. Hindi ko alam. Say I don't know. Hindi ko alam. Hindi ko alam. Good. Another way to say I don't know is pakinggan at ulitin. Ewan ko. Ewan ko. Ewan ko. I don't know. Ewan ko. Say I don't know. Use both methods that you just learned. Hindi ko alam. Ewan ko. Hindi ko alam. Ewan ko. Good. All right. What if you don't know the way? Pakinggan at ulitin. Hindi ko alam kung paano pagpunta sa palengke. Hindi ko alam kung paano pagpunta sa palengke. I don't know howsoever to get to the market. All right? Let's look at that a little bit more. What part of that means I don't know? Hindi ko alam. Hindi ko alam. Good. In the sentence we encountered kung paano. Kung paano. Now the word kung means if. Okay, normally I think of it as if. It means other things, but I think of it as if. And then paano. Those two words together mean howsoever. All right? It's like if, how. But that doesn't make sense to me. So it really means howsoever, in whatever way. It's not a precise how. It's more of an imprecise how. And I'll get into this as we go along here. Let's look at some examples. As I said, kung can mean if, or in case, or when, or granting. It means different things. Okay. Kung may also be combined with the adverbs of things like place, time, number, or quantity. And there's some examples. Kung saan. Saan means where. Remember, taga saan ka? Where are you from? Saan means where. So kung saan means wheresoever. Wheresoever. Kung kailan. Kailan means when. Kailan. When. Kung kailan. Whenever. Whenever. Ilan means how many. Okay, like if I'm going to order some eggs or something, the vendor will ask me, ilan? How many? Okay, kung ilan means however many. However many. Here's some more examples. And I want to stress again this fact that putting kung in front of these words gives it an indefiniteness. Okay, not precise. Kung sino. whosoever. Sino means who. Okay, sino ka, who are you? Sino. Kung sino means whosoever. Kung ano, ano means what. Kung ano means whatsoever. Alright, it's not precise what, it's hey, whatever. Kailan, whensoever. Saan, wheresoever. There's other ones like bakit. Bakit means why. Like bakit, you know. Whysoever. Paano, howsoever. Ilan, however many. Makano. Kung makano means however much the cost. Okay. Now, makano, remember that I said makano ito? How much is this? Makano ito? I looked this one up just because I was curious. And I typed it into Google. And by the way, I suggest you do this kind of stuff. Take kung paano, for example, and type it into Google and look for sentences. You'll see a ton of them. Okay, kung bakit. Maybe not so many of that, but kung ilan. Type those in Google and look for sentences and try to read it a little bit. That's how you learn this stuff. All right? But look at that other one that I put at the bottom. Now, that's an actual one I found in Google, and I thought it was neat for this lesson because it's in English, so you can read that part. And then the part that I care about is in Tagalog. That's cool. Any idea kung makano ang ignition coil para sa Mazda 323? What does that mean? Any idea kung makano? Any idea however much the cost of what? Ang ignition coil. Notice the ang is pointing to ignition coil. That's the subject. That's what I want to know the price of. Okay? Any idea however much the cost of the ignition coil para sa, that means for, para sa Mazda 323. Alright, there you go. Alright, good stuff. Let's look at that sentence we've been working with again. Hindi ko alam kung paano pagpunta sa Palengke. Alright, I don't know howsoever to get to the Palengke. Alright, what part of that means howsoever? Kung paano. What part of that means how? Paano. But together, kung paano means howsoever. Good. Kung paano is howsoever. I want to use pagpunta a little differently than just asking questions like that. I want to show you how it can be used other ways. To do so, I'm going to introduce a few words here. Kusa, kusa. Purposefully, deliberately. I think of it as more like voluntarily. Okay? Kusa. It's something inner driven. Loob. Loob's a good word. Loob means inside. Like, where's the child? Sa loob ng bahay. Inside the house. Sa being the direction thing. Loob, inside the house. Okay? Sa loob is inside. Okay? Loob. Utang loob. I think of utang loob. You have an internal debt. Utang means debt. Okay? You have a debt. If you do something for somebody, they feel utang loob, an internal debt to you. Okay? To do something for you back. Utang loob. Loob. Notice the two O's are pronounced separately. Loob. Alright. Let's get back to that kusa. Here's the Tagalog word that can be translated as inner drive or motivation. Kusang loob. Kusang loob. It's voluntarily from within. Okay? Kusang loob. Say inner motivation or voluntarily or wherever you want to put it. Kusang loob. Kusang loob. Good. Say the going by me. We're going to say ang pagpunta ko. Try it. Ang pagpunta ko. Ang pagpunta ko. Now say my going is voluntary. Now we're going to take what we just said, ang pagpunta ko, and put that kusang loob at the beginning. Kusang loob, and then the rest of it. Try it. Good. Kusang loob ang pagpunta ko. Kusang loob ang pagpunta ko. That means my going is voluntary. I'm leaving voluntarily. Okay? If somebody says, hey, I'm not forcing you to leave. Kusang loob ang pagpunta ko. I'm leaving voluntarily. Alright? I could say that I'm going to Manila, and I could say that I'm going there voluntarily. Kusang loob ang pagpunta ko sa Manila. Okay, I'm voluntarily going to Manila. Here's the word for help. Tulong. 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 Salamat sa tulong ninyo. Now, we're going to be asking people for directions, and it's nice when they finally told you how to get there. Before you leave, say, hey, salamat sa tulong ninyo. Walang anuman, no problem. You know, salamat sa tulong ninyo. Thank you for your help. Tulong. Now, I could also say, kusang loob ang pagtulong ko. Look at that. There's that pug. Okay, the act of helping. Voluntary, the act of helping my, okay, or by me. My helping is voluntary. Okay, I'm voluntarily helping, because someone might say, hey, I'm not forcing you to help me. Oh, no. Kusang loob ang pagtulong ko. Okay, let's look at some examples of some works around the things that we've been talking about. Hindi ko alam kung paano paggaling doon. What is that? Well, I want to mention something. When I walk around here in the Philippines, and especially where I was living at previously, I would every day people would greet me with "Saan ka pupunta? Saan ka pupunta?" Punta. There's that word again, that root word go. Pupunta, going. In the future, they're asking "Saan ka pupunta?" Saan? Where? You going? Where are you going? Where are you going? Now, in America, that might seem rude, like, it's none of your business. What are you asking me where I'm going for? In the Philippines, they don't even really expect a reply to that, like exactly where you're going. It's just like saying hello. All right, it really is. It's just like saying hello or hi. But instead they'll say "Saan ka pupunta?" But on the other side, they might be asking you "Saan ka galing? Saan ka galing? Where are you coming from? Where have you been?" And again, I don't have to tell them. I might just say, doon, over there. Or if they're asking, "Saan ka pupunta?" Where are you going? Diyan lang, just there. Diyan lang. Okay? Anyways, here we're looking at paggaling. Paggaling. Hindi ko alam kung paano paggaling. Coming from. Okay? I don't know howsoever basically the act of coming from there, because you're asking, hey, I'm in this city, or I'm in this location, how can I get to some other place? They might not know, and they can tell you that I don't know how to get there from, I don't know how to get from there. Okay, the next one, talaga. I like this one. Hindi ko talaga alam. I really don't know. Talaga means really, like really, talaga. You can say hindi ko talaga alam. I really don't know. I really don't know. Hindi ko talaga alam. All right. Another one here. Hindi ko alam kung paano pagpunta sa Palengke. What's that mean? I don't know howsoever to go to the Palengke. Right? Hindi ko alam kung paano paggaling doon. I don't know howsoever to come from there. All right. Now, I want to mention these because I was talking to a guy the other day, and he's kind of like my Tagalog buddy, and I was asking him about this Pagpunta stuff, and he said, yeah, you can say it like that. That's how. And he goes, there's another way, and it was kind of funny watching him because he's thinking of so many different ways of saying something. And he said, you could also say, hindi ko alam kung paano pumunta doon. Pumunta. I like that one because it seems so clean to me. Okay. Pumunta means to go. That is the infinitive of, you have punta, which is go. Pumunta means to go. It is also the past tense. Okay, pumunta ako sa Palengke. I went to the market. Pumunta. That's the past tense, but it's also the infinitive. To go. To go. So look at that. I don't know howsoever to go there. Doon means there, but far away from the person you're speaking to, or you, okay, yourself. So I don't know howsoever to go there, or over there. Good stuff. I see I have it on there twice. Alright, let's go on. Pumunta, to go, the infinitive version. It is also the past tense version. Pumunta, went. Okay, went. Let's see, saan ka pupunta? Now I was talking about that just earlier, and I just wanted to put it up on text so you can see it. Saan ka pupunta? Saan ka pupunta? Where are you going? I hear that so often. All right, saan ka galing? Saan ka galing? Now, technically, it should be nanggaling. Okay, saan ka nanggaling? Technically, but I never hear anybody say it like that. The other thing that I think is interesting is the ka. I'm 58 years old. Okay. And when I'm walking around and the little kids will ask me, saan ka galing? They'll say ka instead of kayo, okay? Kayo being the more polite way to say it, but they'll say saan ka galing? And that's just what I hear, right? Saan ka nanggaling or saan ka galing? Alright, well anyways, this concludes lesson 4-3, and I will be continuing on with lesson 4-4. I already have it created, I just need to make sure I have it down pat and go with it. So should be seeing that one shortly. Please continue the lessons to lesson 4-4. Good stuff. Getting directions and telling people how to go, turn left, go straight ahead, turn right. It's on the right. You'll see it on the right. Things like that. It's good to know. And I want to also encourage you to keep on with your lessons. If you've been following this stuff and you're up to this point already, give yourself a pat on the back. It's a blast to know this language. If you come to the Philippines or you're living in the Philippines and you can speak to people even a little bit in the language, they'll love you for it. Okay? I actually had a girl at the Palengke the other day. She patted me on the back as we left because I was buying, I forget what I got there, but she was so happy that she was worried when she saw me come up because I'm a foreigner, and here's this foreigner guy. And I started speaking in Tagalog, and you could see her eyes just lit up. And when I left, she pat me on the back and she said, "Thank you so much for learning Tagalog." And that made me really feel good. I see that kind of stuff all the time. Keep with the language, all right? Keep practicing it. You'll learn it. You can do it. So see you in lesson 4-4. Maraming salamat.